Hello and welcome everybody, AkMLDL here, and for once, besides something else, I actually have a guide. Besides the Ultimate Progression Guide, and also unlike it, I'll actually be talking about something in depth for once instead of tackling everything, then editing it down to still about an hour. This will focus on just one thing, and this guide will feature might crunching. Now, first of all, what is might crunching? Might crunching is something that people use when beginner players try to get their might up for their team quickly. That way they can begin to take on the endgame content. Say for example, I'm building up a team like this, for example, in order to take on like a Master Volk or something. I don't know. You would want to do things to increase your might very quickly in a very short amount of time before something ends, or even during an event. In which, well, I can actually show an example. So then, let's say for example, you want to face Omega 2. You need 31k might. You would want to crunch for that very, very quickly. So probably you're asking, okay, but what do I do in order to might crunch? That's what this video should be for. This video will help with really tips and tricks on how to do it quickly, efficiently, and what you should be doing in order to help you build up your might. If you found this video helpful, feel free to like it. Just if it was helpful, feel free to subscribe to stay up to date. I'll be doing these guides every once in a while, really. I've been trying to be consistent so far. I think I'm doing pretty good. Just missed yesterday because boredom, to be honest with you, and laziness. And yeah, so with that, I have my notes here on my pad of paper. So let's actually begin to get into this really quick, alright? So then let's look at some people in general, right? So might crunching. What would I want to do if I want to build up might quickly? Now let's start with characters. All right. Well, the short answer for everything is everything builds up your might. Everything builds up your might, but some stuff can get up your might a lot quicker than others. Now then, I will be going over this in chunks, really. So first, let's go over characters. What should you be doing to get might for your characters fast? Alright? First of all, welfare units, they're now starting to have like free mana 50s. That's very quick right there. But let's say for example a general unit. When you're fresh to the game, Champions Testments are required for something beyond something called mana 40. Alright, so let's actually look at the Hunter Berserker, for example, alright? So right here, you need Champions Testaments in order to access the good stuff, where you can get co-ability increase, your third ability, level 3 for your first skill, and a Damascus Crystal as well. From mana 1 to 2 mana 40, you don't need these Champions Testaments. What makes these Champions Testaments valuable is that they're only through events, really. Beginner players, you have a lot of options to get these Champions Testaments. However, though, I do recommend you first invest them into units you want on your final teams. All right, you should not immediately burn your Champions Testaments unless if you're going to use it for something. These are rare. These are valuable. We need more golden toilet paper in the goddamn game. So then, mana 40s, those are a very quick way to build up your might. Then beyond that to like mana 45, which is like all these nodes really. Excluding the crystal and the Coaz because those are Eldwater. 40s is very quick, as well as max level. Just if I'm correct, I actually did max out all my characters, right? Yes, I did, so I can't really show it. well, when it comes to maxing out character levels, you can do a couple things really. You can either play a quest, or you can use. Alright, so where are they in here? Or you can use crystals. There are bronze, silver, and gold. Obviously, well, just if you're new, having you to power the instant you do the instant you can master, because master is the quote unquote best way, unless if well, we get events where it's like for 10 stamina you can get like 3 times as much. It's come around about twice now, really. One time I was with like a Cleo, and another time it just randomly came. But when those come out, definitely worth doing those. Now then, how about recently? Well, decently recent at least. In the mana circle, you can see here, say for example, Heenwald, he's above 50. Some characters, they stop at 50. Other characters, they can go beyond 50 to something called Mana 70. Mana 70 is no joke in short. It requires a lot of materials. It requires tier 4 orbs, it requires a lot of rainbow orbs, it requires even more Achievement Testaments, it even requires high dragon materials. Now then, Mana 70s, they can be a very, very quick way to build up might, but the investment is very, very large. So then, say for example, you were to build up, let me actually use a Ranzel as an example here, because Ranzel is very worth the Mana 70, and well, also he's free, so yes, he's very worth, but what will you do about the materials for him? You see, with Ranzel, you only need the High Dragon Spheres, which you can clear standard for those. When it comes to natural 5 stars, at the very end, you require a tail, which is from expert only. So yes, 5 stars, they're harder to get up, but normally they are really good. It just depends on more or less when the 70 came out, really. Because, for example, Ranzel's came out recently, and he is one of the best damn units in the game. He is nuts. It's absolutely crazy. But let's say, for example, you wanted to do Ranzel, you need the Hierarchy Orbs. You can't beat standard yet, what can you do? So, let's go to the treasure trade. Fafnir medals. You should be getting these from just about every quest. You get 50 per week. You can purchase high dragon orbs right here. Just purchase whatever you need. Work up. You should be pretty much set. So yeah, though, when you work up a character from 50 to Mana 70, you're getting at least another 1k might right there. It's very worth. It's very, very, very worth for some Mana 70s. Once again, Ranzel's really damn good. Ranzel's good. You get him for free. Ayuden's solid. Cleo is also very good. And no others have come out yet. But okay, so that's about it. 4 characters. So it's a very quick recap. Make sure they're max level. Mana 40 you should focus on first. Then 45 to 250, even 70, those who you will be using. And really just be patient for events, make sure you always do those, you should be able to get them up eventually. So, dragons now. Well, let's actually look at some dragons, alright? So dragons. When it comes to dragons, these are mainly dupe/gacha intensive. These do require time. 5-star max unbind, it does require time because Sunlight Stones, those also take a little bit of time and energy to farm up. So you won't be using your 5-star dragons immediately if you are new. What I recommend instead is working up these 4-star dragons. Say for example like There's something like a Juggernaut, Lindworm, a Unicorn. Pretty much really focus on the strength 45% and the HP 45% 4-star dragons. When you mob those are great substitutes until you can work up a Gacha 5-star dragon. I do recommend only picking one Gacha 5-star dragon for each element though, for endgame content purposes. But however, there are also other ways to mob these 4-star dragons fast. Unlike other 5 stars, you don't need as much investment time. But however, it still does require some time, and also depends on how fast you can get them, really. Now then, if I were to go back into the shop, this is a monthly shop, by the way. That's when prints. That's later. So I'm going to the Void Shop. What this Void Shop has available is a specific item called Moonlight Stones. Moonlight Stones are free unbinds for 4-star dragons. These are very good for any player, really, because well, you can invest these into 4-star dragons, mob them, then you can use them. Or you can sell them for more Eldwater. So yes, Moonlight Stones are definitely worth picking up, even if you have all the 4-star dragons mobbed. Still pick them up. Any dupes you pull for when you do summon, you can convert it into Eldwater. Definitely pick up Moonlight Stones. Those will help out your progress a lot. But yeah, though, sadly, dragons, they are very dupe intensive. They do require time. So just if dragons are hindering you, might need to drop some Warmite on some banners of your choosing. Whether or not you're waiting, that is up to you on a good banner, but that is what I recommend. So now, let's get into Wimprints. This is a tough cookie to tackle because purchasing Wimprints requires the same currency it takes to unlock the co-abilities for adventurers as well. They require Eldwater, in which we'll going back into the shop. I'm going to show this again. So then here's Wimprints. As you can see here, when you redeem it, it costs Eldwater. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th copies. You need 5 copies to completely max out one Wimprint. Now then, something else very quick. 5 stars require the most Eldwater. 4 stars require the second most, and 3 stars, well, these are collection, really. These are not that good. 3 stars are not that good. You generally want 5 stars. But, however, there are ways, just like dragons, to unbind prints. You need keys. In which, I think actually my items, I actually have some keys I can show off. I have silver keys right here. Silver keys are used to unbind 4-star prints. Golden keys are used to unbind 5-star prints. I don't have gold keys, so I can't show them. But, however, though, when it comes to prints, first, Eldwater investment. Before you think about 50ing a character, make sure you buy prints for them, alright? An adventurer is next to worthless without the proper prints on them in order to maximize their output in whatever they are doing. I cannot emphasize that enough. Prints should be your first investment. You can get by with 45s easily for some endgame content. When it comes to like endgame content, yes, you would then want to begin to invest into character mana 50s, then working toward those 70s. So then, what I recommend first is only buy what you need. Only buy whatever characters you are maining, whatever your team will be. Prioritize those characters the most. 1 copy at first. Only buy 1 copy for the immediate buffs. Then when you mob it, it does become more powerful. it also becomes more powerful at the second. It becomes more powerful at 2 unbinds than the most powerful at 4 unbinds. There is all that too. So we'll do keep that in mind. These will require a bit of LR investment, but however, it is very, very worth. And also really quick about level up materials. Prints, they are harder to work up because they're more event reliant for their drops. Just if I were to go to a prints, for example, waters. I'm not going to pronounce that. I'm too tired to pronounce that. But these are a little bit harder to acquire because there's no like designated stage, unlike dragons, in which I forgot to mention this. Dragons are from any dragon stage, really. Even high dragons can drop dragon feeding material. Which let me actually show that off really quick. Yeah, these dragon fruits, you can get them from almost anywhere, really. Anything dragon related, at least. And these are mainly through events. That's where the problem really lies. There's no designated stage, like for characters and dragons. So yeah, though, it does get a little tricky. You will need to do some events in order to build that up for more might. And we'll generally, when it comes to like rarities for prints, 5 stars obviously have the most might, 4 stars have the second most, and 3 stars have the lowest might. Or when it comes to prints. So well, that's also why I emphasize only buy what you need instead of buying like every single print. Me, for example, I was an idiot and I have like every single print in the game right now. I have every single print at max unbind. That was just a spare down there. But yeah, though, these are all max unbind. And all out of water, too. So yeah, I'm at like none. Don't do what I did, alright? Don't be an idiot like me, alright? So well, one more thing. Wait, no. I'm actually going to move on to weapons. Then I'll loop back really quick. So weapons. I'm just going to say this right now. Weapons is one of the fastest ways to do this. Weapons is one of the fastest ways to get might. But however, it is the most time-consuming, the most grindy way. All right. So then, now that I've said that, weapons, it's a different animal altogether. All right. They are going to edit the crafting interface. I don't know when. Probably pretty soon. So well, just if it looks different for you. By the way, I'm future-proofing myself here. Don't worry. What I say here should still apply, unless if they add on even more weapons in order to add on to the already existing chain of weapon progression. Chimera weapons. Fast. These are endgame weapons that can be gotten pretty easily. Alright? I'm just saying that now. Chimera weapons, pretty quick, very effective in endgame. You want to get to these as fast as possible from core weapons. And what core weapons are is all the way up here, 5-star. You can then pick your route. Then there, core weapon. That's what these are called. These also do require a lot of a twinkling sand. So, and just a lot of materials in general. So core weapons, they are hard to get. That's why for core weapons, you should only get what you need in order to start Chimera weapon farming. Because when you Chimera weapon farm, you can then, using that weapon, depending on the character as well, you can begin to face high dragons on standard easily. You can face maybe even expert. You can start facing Agito, standard, and expert as well. So yes, getting up to Chimera is very, very recommended. Then after Chimera, you then take on high dragon weapons in order to get even more might, and also starting to mana 70 more people without using Fafnir medals. Then beyond that is the current endgame monster, which is Agito weapons. Agito weapons are currently endgame. They will be adding more. I mean, like hell. When I'm recording this, which is June 5th, they still have 2 more to add, and still like 4 more master stages. So yeah, we have a long road ahead of us for Agito weapons. Agitos won't change for anytime soon. When you hit Agito weapons, you are pretty good because you can also start facing the hardest content that events have to offer, which is Omega 2. At the moment, at least. Once again, future-proofing myself. Just in case if they add an infamous Omega 3. I'm not talking about fish. So also one more thing. When it comes to like core weapons, chimera weapons, and high drag weapons, those are all 5-star rarity. Agitos are 6-star. Now then also, just like dragons and windprints, there are materials that can freely unbind the rarities. Silver ingots, I don't have those right now. Those unbind a 4-star weapon, in which you could. 4-star weapons are more for like collection, really, and also beginner void battles if you're really struggling with them. I would recommend them for facing the void dragons, but that's really for when you're like hard farming for high dragon weapons, because well, you do need to craft certain weapons for certain other weapons. It's like a progression, really. It's really like a progression. But these are Damascus ingots, which you can get from, which you can craft using Damascus crystals, which will, in case you're following on the ball now, you do get from a mana node in Adventurers. You get Damascus ingots. Once again, you need 4 ingots to max unbind 1 weapon or 4 copies, or mix and match in there, whatever. Now then, as for priorities of ingots, High Dragon Tier 2s, they are the best investment for them. However, though, what I recommend is invest them wherever you need a very quick burst in might. That's what I recommend. Wherever you need just a very quick push to like 27,800 to 28,000, you can do that push. As long as there's a reason, you can do it. Alright? But well, once again, High Dragon Tier 2s, those are the best. But well, one problem you will face with these weapons. Let me show you really quick. Look at how much gold it costs to craft 1 Tier 2 Chimera. And you need 5. You need 5 Chimera weapons in order to max one out. I know that I'm not a mathematician, but 5 times 29, that's about 15 mil. That's about 15 mil gold right there. So yeah, you better be prepared to begin to invest accordingly. And that's also why you can quickly just ingot up. That's also why I say that. So yeah, weapons. But then one more thing on working up weapons. You need whetstones. Whetstones are from Imperial Onslaught, and which will you unlock after Chapter 6. Now then, this last thing really quick. It also revolves around Imperial Onslaught. Once when you beat Chapter 6 and you unlock Imperial Onslaught, this is a goddamn grind. Alright? This you should be doing every day in the castle, alright? Once when you get your facilities going, so your altars, your dojos, your events compendium, in which, well, in which will that's this, in which will these all have a facility of their own right now. These all currently have a facility. I'm actually still working on that one. I'm just being a lazy schmuck about it. You should make sure that these smith worms, you should make sure that they are always going. You do not let them stop. You must make sure that they're always going, always upgrading. I can't right now because almost everything is maxed and I need more materials that I can't grind. So honestly, yeah, I'm at a small roadblock really. I'm at a small one, but still applies. You must make sure that everything is going. Do not stop them, alright? You must make sure that they're always going. When you get hammers, you can use hammers to hyper-invest in facilities that can very quickly boost up your might. Just make sure that you don't use hammers when it's like 3 minutes or like 10 minutes. Make sure it's like hours or even days. That's how you get the most use out of hammers. Except if you just don't care and you use Warmite or Diamantium. Then sure, go for it. But for quickly working up dojos, altars, you need to farm double drops. Double drops is prime time workup time. That's where you can very quickly get all the materials, sit on them, then just slowly upgrade or just hyper invest with hammers. Double drops are vital. They are vital for this. Whenever double drops come out, you should farm it. And also, you should keep farming even after they're done, because they have increased the cap outright before. Because, well, before, altars, they stopped at level 30. Now they're on level 40. Just out of nowhere. Dojos, same thing, 30. Now they're 35. Eventually, dojos will get an upgrade. Event facilities, they stopped at 30. Now they're 35. They have outright just increased them. So always make sure you sit on extra materials. That way when the cap does increase, you can just immediately invest, immediately reap the benefits. Now then, when it comes to the mic crunching for the specific content, you would obviously want to grind whatever it is for that specific element, team, whatever. Alright, you can mix match. Say for example, this team right here. You can just mix match. That way you can make sure you hit that might requirement. Just as long as you hit it, you're fine. That's it. You can literally just bonk it once. Don't have to worry about that ever again. Then you'll be good. That is about everything, but there is one more quick thing I did forget to mention. Augments. Very quickly. Augments, they can be grinded from Agito and or just little tidbits wherever in like events and from being like very hard in story. Augments, they are powerful because well, you can get 300 more HP stat, 300 more strength stat, and each augment is equivalent to 1 might. At the moment in the game, you can augment a character and both of your Wimprints up to plus 100 in each stat. Meaning, well, technically, say for example, the print 100, 100, 200, another 100, 100, 400. Then Cleo will also have 100, 100. So therefore, that's 600 additional might. Now then, have 600 on all 4 characters. That's 2,800 additional might. So yeah, this is a very quick tidbit at something you might not know, but should definitely be doing though. That is something you should be doing. Making sure augments go into your appropriate units. And I emphasize appropriate because when it comes to resetting augments as well, I'm going to go to, say, for example, you, for example. It costs 2 million. It costs like 2 million rupees to rip augments off of whatever. It costs 2 million. So it's expensive. So yeah, really emphasize that you make sure you take off. I mean that you invest in whatever, in wherever you need it. Highly suggest that. But other than that, I think I've hit about everything really. Mic crunching, it is time consuming. You will get frustrated. I've actually dropped this game twice. Back like at the beginning days when it was really hard to mic crunch. They have made it a lot easier nowadays. So hopefully you guys are feeling that. And well, this is honestly stuff I wish I knew when I started the game as well. So hopefully you guys do learn from this video, and hopefully you guys can apply this and hopefully start the grind that everyone else is doing right now. So it's like a 30-minute video. I will take that. I will take that, and this will pretty much be uploaded raw. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully this had helped. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.